Hello, homesteaders and health nuts. Today we are going to learn how to prune a pear tree. This is supposed to be shaped like a vase. I have a lot of work to do and I did not bring out my ladder, but what we're going to start with right now is all of this down here, this low, is likely rootstock. So all of this has to go. And then we'll take out, not sure if I want to take these or yet. I'm short. So trees, you get to make your own decision. So I will likely come out with bigger pruners and take this massive central, this is the central leader, this piece here. And it looks like this was the original one, but it branched off. So things get eaten a lot by deer and that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna set this down and show you after when we get this trimmed. We're looking for airflow. Airflow is critical on pear trees, apple trees, fruit trees. And here you can say hello to some of the chickens and the dog. Hello, homesteaders and health nuts. This is a continuation of yesterday's orchard pruning project. It looks a little out of control right now, but this is so many free pear trees. Do you want a free tree? This is how you do it. I just wanted to show you right now. I'll get my pruners later, but this new growth, cut it about a foot long, put it in water, let it root, put it in soil, let it root. This just sat overnight in a bucket of water with some of our honey. Honey is a root hormone, root stimulator. So we have two different types of pear in here. I didn't keep any of the apple because I wasn't sure. There's only certain varieties of apple that work in Tennessee. So, and this is from, I think that one's the cherry. I had one good chunk of cherry. I kept, there's some real littles in here that are elderberry. You see them way in the back there. That's elderberry. That's elderberry down here. And then there's one pawpaw. I did prune one piece of pawpaw. So, hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'll take a couple free trees. All right, we are back to our pruning project. So, I don't know if I might be in the screen or not, but these are the cuttings from the pear trees. I'm going to cut them at a 45-degree angle and about a foot long. I have a bucket here full of water. I'll add honey to it later, and it doesn't really matter. Nothing, I have some leaves opening, but not a lot. And I read that the 45-degree angle is just for water to run off the cut, but I have the little nodes right here, which is potential roots, potential leaves, and I'm just going in between those. I'm not really saying above or below, because I don't know if it really matters for this, so it's going under the ground. So my hopes is that some of these will root. This is not the ideal way to propagate trees, fruit trees, but I read that it can work. So hey, each free tree is like 30 bucks, right? So here, like this one's really curved. I'm not even gonna use it, just taking it off. So this is, when you go and put it in the soil, we don't want a tree starting off that way. So that's just not usable. And then now that we're getting into last year's growth, I'm not using any of that. So we're gonna show you this. See if I'm in the screw. There's a big spider near my phone. Okay. This is, let's see, can you see it? Sure. Okay, so this is not new growth. You can see the color changing right here. You can see the color changing right here. This is new growth. This is too curvy. This is too curvy. If I wanted, I could use this piece here, but it's too small. So this whole piece is gonna get composted. And there's some smaller ones. That's a good one. So we're just going for roughly a foot. A lot of this will go under in the water. That my bucket's about 4 or 5 inches full of water. I'll add honey for rooting hormone, and that's today's project. And I still have to take the central leader out of some of the pear trees. So we're not done pruning in the orchard, but we'll get to it. So I'm gonna put us on fast forward and I'm gonna bust out this bucket. Here we go, our bucket of free trees. So mainly all this area is pear. I have some red pears. These are peach, elderberry. Look at those. Those are pawpaws. I pruned one branch and thought we'd try it. And this is Annie. Say hello, Annie. See, it's almost warm enough at nighttime for Annie to go back outside. In the meantime, she's been sleeping in the wood stove. Yeah, that's why. So I don't feel 100% yet. So after all of your twigs are cut, I left that one a little long. I couldn't bear to cut it. It's elderberry. They seem to take easier than other plants. The trees, the ideal way to do this would be to graft it into an existing rootstock, but I read that you can also put it in water and then start adding soil to it, and in 3 months they can go in the ground. So, sorry it got so loud. We're in the greenhouse and the fans just turned on. The venting system.